Good day, everybody! It is Calxiyn and Hunter here, and thank you for attending Calxiyn's Royal Court today, where we are going to be watching RWBY Fairy Tales, the Indecisive King. This is gonna be, I love how squeaky this chair is. Anyway, this is gonna be, like, fire, I imagine, because this is, like, 7 minutes. This is, like, they're going for it, you know? And, like, this is one of the more interesting fairy tales, because even though it is a fairy tale, and we should take it with a grain of salt, some of you guys did not learn that from the Faunus story last week, but anyway. There are some questions, like, was the Indecisive King Ozpin? Because we do know, like, for a fact, that at one time, Ozpin was the King of Vale. So, is the Indecisive King Ozpin, and, like, this part of this actually happened? And then obviously there is a depiction of the relic of choice. We can't say for certain whether the power that the relic has in this fairy tale is the canonical power, but it may give us some hints. Just like last week, you know, when the Faunus were going into the water and we saw like the glowy thing, right? Yes. Like, we were like, oh, well, is that a hint towards, like, hinting that it was the god of light, even if that's not, or Ambrosius, even if that wasn't what the fairy tale, like, was about, right? So, again, grains of salts, grains of salt, guys, okay? But I'm pretty excited anyway, like, regardless. I think that this is gonna be really, really cool, so.
I'm not gonna lie, I also don't have a strong memory of this story either.
Oh, boy.
Watch me be surprised about a story I read like a year ago.
Okay, so that's clearly the relic, right?
Yeah.
That's like very
but
relic.
It looks like the gold looks different than it probably will be.
Knowledge than it is capable of bearing.
Okay, well, hello, castle.
Hello, castle.
Hello, castle.
His tree fell on my fence and broke it.
There was a great storm. It's not my fault the tree fell.
It do be like that.
Blew it over.
Trees, am I right, fellas?
Yeah.
Chop and mill the tree, and use it to build a new fence.
Okay.
Any wood that remains, sell at market, and divide the profit between you.
I love his solutions. Like, I'm like, galaxy brain.
This has like big King Solomon's cutting a baby in two vibes.
What do you mean?
Do you know that Bible story?
No!
Never mind that.
Anyway.
Please. I must see the king.
This guy's interesting. Look at his little lion situation. Grim. Like, what crest is this?
Please, your grace.
Are these kind of Vale colors? I feel like that they are.
Tell me, what has befallen you?
I don't know. It just feels
Creatures
like
of
Vale
Vale
to me.
destroyed my entire village. Now my family is dead, and
oh, she's a Faunus. They didn't say that in the story.
What?
She's a Faunus. Does she not have a tail?
Living.
Does she have a tail?
Yeah,
and as
right
you
there.
have nowhere else to go, please show her to one of our many empty rooms. She may stay here as long as she likes.
Oh, tail. Yeah.
Yeah, she does have a tail. That means the Faunus becomes a princess. He becomes a queen.
How romantic.
Oh. What the
Hello.
fuck? Okay.
What troubles you, citizen?
Your grace, your wisdom and judgment.
Bro,
is
this is
my
as sus
kingdom.
as fuck.
So I bring
I don't
before
like this
you
one.
a marvel of the world.
Wow, I did not
Crown is
imagine
no
this man to
ordinary
look
crown,
like
you
this.
see. But to truly understand how special it is, you must put it on.
Okay.
The voice is super creepy.
See, so this is the thing, right? Like,
He looks
we
like
don't
Worm Tongue from
know
Lord of the
if
Rings.
the fairy tale, like this part of the fairy tale is true.
Yeah.
If it is, that means that the relics were just big chillin'. They were just out there. They were just, you know, and just
And
people
Ozpin had to
just
go
found
around
them.
and hunt him down.
Exactly, right? Well, Ozpin does, and we know that,
I
like,
guess that is
through,
true.
like, the Lost Fable, but, like, this would imply that someone brought the relic and was just like,
Trying to sell
you
it to the
know,
highest bidder.
Yeah, why not,
That
right?
makes sense,
So that's funny, like,
yeah.
if that's canon, if it's canon, okay? But, like, can we talk about this man? I feel like that, like, there's something, like, very suspicious, and again, like, the written fairy tale did not mention how suspicious this man looks, because when you look at him, right?
Well, you
I know
don't
that
see
we
his
should probably
face. He's hooded.
Yeah, I know we should probably just, like, continue on with the fairy tale, but when you look at this guy, doesn't he remind you
So I
kind
bring
of like
before you
oopsie, doesn't he kind of remind you of like the god of darkness and how the
With
god
the
of
big
darkness had the
horns,
horns?
yeah.
And so is that like
Oh.
the people of Remnant think that the depiction of evil within the fairy tale is the god of darkness, because you kind of have, like, you know, the snake that gave the knowledge to, like, Adam and Eve vibes. Like, do the people of Remnant that retell this story associate evil with like with this creature that looked like the god of darkness, and they associate that with choice, because like in like biblical and myth and stuff, choice usually comes from a bad person, right?
This is true.
So that's the complicated part, is which parts of this are like Remnant, we live in a society, and like what parts of it are like, you know, what parts could be true.
But like, does he look this way because that's what people imagine evil looks like?
Yes, exactly. But you know, this is giving me some weird Salem vibes, you know, or like Tyrion vibes for some reason. But like, you know, if Salem had one of the relics, why would she just give it away, right? So I feel like, okay, so we're just getting right to this, man. Okay, this is interesting. Because I had this theory that what he saw was the Great War. Do you remember that?
Yes,
and it was never said. And now hearing all of that battling, it sounds like, what if it is the Great War? Just some food for thought.
It can't be.
Damn, this man just threw this?
Where's that man? Find him.
See, now he's got, but what if the horn guy is the guardian of the relic? Like Ambrosius. What if Choice looks like that? That could be actually like
It'd be funny if he was like a snake guy.
How can I aid you?
Your Grace, I have fallen in love, but
he
is very poor, and my father disapproves.
This is a story where you fucks everything up.
Obey my father.
True love is a rare and wonderful gift. If you wish to be happy in this life, follow your heart.
And so, the king commands.
No.
Oh no.
See, and he doubts
you
himself.
Cannot eat love. You cannot sleep in love's shade.
Damn, bro.
Do not marry him. Wait for a richer man.
And so, it is commanded?
Bro, you just broke this girl's heart!
I will see no one else.
Damn. Okay, well.
Sorry, big straw hat man.
Why does that boy remind me of Oscar, by the way?
I don't know, because all soft boys
I guess.
remind one of the premier
I love her! The king?
Why has the king closed his gates to his subjects?
The king is out. Goodbye.
Who are they?
The king has come across an impossible problem, so he has summoned the wisest in the land.
That's cool. Damn. Wait.
Oh man, how did the story end?
Now that this is living rent-free in my mind about the relic creature being the horn guy. Anyway, I'm sorry, but it's living rent-free in my head that the guy that we saw was like the Ambrosius of the choice relic.
You don't remember.
Oh.
Your Grace, you saved my life.
Oh.
Now it is my turn.
Her
to help
hand
you.
is a little weird,
Please.
but anyway.
What torments you so?
No, I cannot. It is far too great and terrible.
Oh, he's graying. This man, he's going gray.
He looks like Obama after 4 years.
Oh,
Share your burden with me.
Oh.
Let me wear the crown so I may understand.
I love how she picks up it's the crown.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing that's changed, so.
She seems less bothered by it.
Well, yeah, because she saw something nice. He saw, her tail did the little wag. That was so
cute. I understand now. This crown, it gives a glimpse into the future, to a decision that must someday be made.
We have clearly seen vastly different visions.
Yeah,
What
clearly
this
she's
cursed crown
happy.
has shown me is a distant crossroads. One with
See?
no solution.
That's what I'm
No
saying
way out
about
that
the
doesn't
Great
end
War.
in disaster.
But it is in the future, is it not?
Of course. But I now have the gift of time to find the right answer and avert the consequences.
That is no gift at all. If you only concern yourself with the future, you will miss the good
This
things
music
right
feels
in
like this
front
will
of
be
your
the day,
eyes.
like parts of it.
Oh, that's kind of
Life
romantic.
is full of decisions.
It is romantic.
You
They
must
get
trust yourself
together.
to do the right thing when the time comes.
Yeah.
You must keep living.
Yeah, see, that's what he
Who's
told
voicing
her.
that
This
woman?
advice is
She did an
very
excellent
wise.
job.
I heard it from a very wise man.
Oh, see.
And so, the wise king.
I'm
found
sorry, is
even
that the whole
wiser
episode?
Faunus
Queen.
Queen.
Oh, that's the whole. Wow, that was remarkably happy.
I know.
Looking to pick
Oh
up some
my god.
new work
Okay,
for the
hold on.
holiday
I want to go
season.
back to something because wait, hold on. So, isn't that interesting that he presents her a ring that is the same color as the relic? I know that that's probably just a coincidence because there's no relic that's like shaped like that, but that's the first thing that I thought. But yeah, I'm like convinced that some of this story is true. Like, I think
Yes.
that this is the King of Vale. He saw the Great War in the future because we hear the warring
Yeah.
noises, right?
And like explosions.
And that's what he was worried about, was that the war would come to pass, and that would be like, you know, a problem. You know, like that would be like a whole
Armed
thing.
conflict is never
You
a
know?
great
And so
time.
I feel like that there's like, we don't know what's true and what's not. But if I had to make some like guesses, I would
Okay.
say that this is one of Ozpin's lives. I would say. I would say the idea of someone bringing him the crown, though, that is probably not true. It's probably maybe more true that he found the crown and then somebody made up this whole story about some mysterious person bringing
Possibly.
it to him.
Possibly.
And that the person we saw with the giant horns, that could have been the being or the spirit of choice, like the Ambrosius
Yes.
and the Jinn equivalent.
Yes.
And that's why maybe they also hit his face, so in the future, we're like, ow! Like, like
But
that's
also, but
interesting,
so
you know?
far the two that we've seen
Yeah.
are not like Faunus. They don't have any animal parts. to them.
Right.
So like, what is it? Kind of like the light god half and the dark god half.
Well,
like choice would be the dark
that's how
god half, and the
I
dark god would be
always-
Faunus.
That's always how I interpreted the relics, right? That destruction and choice would have been the dark gods, but people have pointed out that the god of light made all of them anyway.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's one
That's
of those things
probably
where,
not.
brother, you don't just have the dominion over creation, I do. And so that goes for the god of light as well, is that he still has dominion to an extent over like destruction and choice, and such
I don't know.
things.
If we're
right? So-
doing like
because
mythology.
I imagined that the crown would have been purple and silver, and that would have represented, but now they're all the same color, right? So that's kind of like, you know.
How I imagine him, it would be something like if they're doing mythology, like to an
Yeah.
extent Merlin Daddy, like Ambrosius was like
Yeah.
Atlas who held the world up because he was
And he
big
was also
beefy.
obviously like a little blue fairy
Yeah.
situation happened.
And,
but yeah.
and if Jinn was a genie, then like what if the choice guy or like not? Yeah, I guess choice guy
Yeah.
could be more like. The
And look
snake
at
in
him,
the
he's
Garden of
also
Eden.
draped in blue.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
so I
that
feel
is
like that
true.
even though this is not necessarily like the canon thing, like nobody actually brought the king the relic. Remember that Ozpin did go looking for them at one point. And it's possible that while he, you know, the life where he asked Jinn where all of the relics were and how to find them, it could have been that he died and then the king was his next life. And then
Yes.
he used that information to go around and find them, right? And so like, he's wearing blue, all of the spirits are blue, right? He has the horns, like that could be a very interesting concept. Now, what he would be based off of, I'm not sure, like I'm not familiar enough with any like one mythology in particular, right? But you could definitely, I don't
Well,
know.
like in a lot of, well, it used to be in like the devil is shown
Yeah.
as being a horned god, or
Exactly,
being
right?
horned.
So
a
you
lot.
could just get, you know, some
But
devil
that was
situation.
because
right?
that before the spread of Christianity in Europe, there was a pagan like deity who
Yeah.
was also a horned
I'm sure
god.
there may be some Norse mythology
Yeah.
like this. There may be, you know, like a little bit
So
of
not
this.
all horned guys are evil.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it could be Greek, it could be Norse.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, listen to this. Does this not sound like
That sounds like
it sounds like war.
you can hear
right?
like swords clashing.
Exactly. So that's, and and the guy disappears after.
Yeah.
So again, even though that's a function of the fairy tale, what if that's because the spirit
Or if it's
came
like
out?
a little hint.
Exactly.
After hundreds of years, it
and
changes.
it does seem like this would be in Vale. Like the colors to me are very Vale, right? We're getting, I don't want to say like King Arthur vibe, but like, you know, it's very Western, I guess, idea of what a castle is as opposed to Eastern, like, Mistral is. It's clearly not in Vacuo or Atlas, so it's obviously Vale. So what if this is Ozpin's King life? Now, what I really, really like is the fact that the queen was like a Faunus, and like that was like a whole thing, because like I don't think that that was in the story, and I find that interesting from a function of like, was there really a Faunus queen, or was this like a function of like history, like society, like, you know what I mean, like a Faunus human love story that would have been seen as like, I don't know, like would have been accepted.
But at the same time, it's also like, what if that this is so ancient a story that like Faunist racism really wasn't a thing yet
back then, like that it was so far. Okay, I see what you mean. But like, if this story technically occurred during Ozpin's like time period as the king, that meant that that would have been just before the Great War and just before all the Faunus stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Well, here's something else that's interesting, right? We're talking about Hornman being the relic spirit, but look at how she's dressed. Now, I know that these are the colors of the, how do you say, of the kingdom,
blue
but
and gold,
she is wearing a lot of, you know, there's a lot of gold, there's a lot of blue. You know what would be kind of funny is if they are both the spirit of choice. Right? Because wouldn't it kind of make sense for a choice relic to have two spirits?
Yeah.
And you can have not a good one and a bad one sort of thing, but like
it's like, well,
two different, like two very, maybe a optimistic and a pessimistic. And so what if she is supposed to be the optimistic one inside of the relic, and then he's supposed to be the pessimistic
one, right? Or like alternatively,
like,
or the ideas of, well, do you plan for everything?
Yeah.
Like obsessive, or do you
so what
just,
if there's actually
passive and you let the
two
world
spirits
come by?
inside of the choice relic, and that they are the two spirits because they are dressed in the same colors.
And if only there were some, like, I don't know, semi-successful duo RWBY YouTubers that could perhaps voice these.
Oh god, both of us? In 5 years when we go to Vale and see the spirits of choice, remember this video, and if either of our ideas were correct, either that it was the shady guy that was the spirit, or it was actually them two all along, I will be so
I don't know what we will be doing in 5 years.
Like,
I will come out of retirement.
I know. I don't know, Hunter. I feel like that even if like life gets busy, we would always just do RWBY at the very least.
I do.
Like, we would probably cut everything out, but then just do RWBY and see it through until the end. You know? And so, yeah. Anyways, that's irrelevant. But this was a really, really good one. I hope that you guys enjoyed.
Eddie, you have my number?
This chaotic video. I mean, I would like to voice Neo when she is heard in Fox's head, and I would like Fox.
I'll also take Linda.
I would like Fox to be voiced by Jonah Scott, who is also Legacy. Thank you, and have a nice day. We will see you next